Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast hosted by the one and only me, Mr. Chris. Welcome, all listeners, young and old and new and returning, everyone. Everyone here is welcome to episode number 185, inching closer and closer to that magical 200 number. Yeah. How's everyone doing? You know, if you'd like to tell me how you're doing, why don't you tell me on either Twitter or Instagram, both at castingfor2. Send me an email, castingfor2@gmail.com, or you can find me in person. I won't give you my address, but you can find me. That's half the fun right there. And as always, if you like this podcast, head on over to sundaybrunch.com and listen to the other podcast I do with Megan Johnson, the always lovely, always lovable, always fun to talk to writer from tipsywriter.com. And let's have fun, all right? Let's all have fun. That's what we need in this world right now. We need some fun right now. Don't even get me started. I guess I should get into my guest for today. Yeah, I think that would be very great. No, I'm not stalling. My guests for today are Gabe and Myra from the band Stereo RV, and they're a wonderful organ-based band. And I always say I have a wonderful chat with people, but I always mean it too. But I had a wonderful chat talking with these two, and I feel like you guys should check out their new EP Human, which is out right now. Go listen to it while you're listening to this. Why not? It's my double dip. But let's get into this episode, so sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please. Hey, there we are.
Cool. All right.
I'm sorry, but I was given the wrong Skype name.
Yeah, that was our email, and so I think I told Katie that it was Stereo RV, but all good. We're here.
There we go. We're here.
Yeah.
We're ready to chat. I hope you guys are caffeinated.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and
right.
fed.
There we go. See, I have unfortunately I'm none of those things right now.
Oh, well, you're in a worse condition than we are.
It's all good.
You're decaffeinated and hangry.
Yeah, look, I'll be fine. Yeah, I got Fruit Loops in front of me. It'll be good.
Yes, the sugar high.
So let me ask you guys a question. For Breck, do you guys have a personal preference of cereal?
I don't eat cereal, but
I don't know. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So
okay.
When I go for cereal, it's definitely Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Gotcha. I'm not much of a cereal guy either, but yeah, for sure. There's nothing beats a nice sugary cereal. That's how I like to spend my mornings, with a sugar high. I make fun of my friend because she buys all the brand stuff, and I go, "You're 25. Like, eat some sugar."
Well, what is that? You know you're old when you start eating bran and all the good cereal for you.
Right. It's like, come on, get rid of that healthy cereal. Come on, act your age.
I know. Act like you're 12 again.
Yes.
Go live moving with your parents.
Nah, whatever. You know what? To each his own.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty loose show where we can talk about whatever we want. But first, when I talk to musicians, I always like to know when they got their music bug.
Oh, well, no. Well, I think for me it started, I was always in front of a camera, but when I was 13, my sister got a Casio, one of those little Casio pianos that had all the little beats in them.
Yeah.
And so I would make my siblings write rap songs to those beats,
Uh-huh.
and we would perform them, demand that we perform them in front of all my mom and dad's family friends. And so
Yeah.
they would, and that was kind of that validation that I really thought I was going to be a great rapper.
Mhm.
And then when American Idol came out, then I wanted to do singing, but it wasn't until I was 19 that the songwriting bug and realizing that I actually maybe could sing actually came into play. And Gabe's is a lot different with his whole story.
Yeah, music has always been a huge part of my life. It's always been a way to escape whatever is going on in my life.
Mhm.
I can turn to music, but I've always loved, deep tones and vibrations. When I was 13, I got my first guitar. And then shortly after that, I came across a musician named Bobby McFerrin.
Mhm.
And he does vocal manipulation and somewhat beatboxing. And then I started to realize, like, wow, like, I can make, drum sounds with my mouth, and just becoming more passionate about guitar. And then I picked up upright bass, and then I played cello, and then I played piano, and just always trying to one up what I can do and see, what
Yeah.
can I do?
Nice. So no, a lot less rapping then.
A lot less
Yeah,
rapping.
no rap. Now I just try and rap over his beatboxing.
Yeah.
All right. See, I would love to learn how to beatbox, just because, I mean, anywhere you go, you are the instrument. And
Yeah.
that and mouth trumpet. I don't know why mouth trumpet, but it just sounds like a fun thing to do. I grew up playing tuba, so I have control of my mouth in a lot of ways, which we all do. That's not even impressive, Chris. But still, it's just something that I'd like to do.
It's real simple, man. Like, it's really it really is boots and cats to start
Yeah.
off. It's literally just boots and
Let's do the
cats,
trumpet.
and you over enunciate words. And you should be able to do the trumpet. I mean,
I'm jealous. So jealous. So for the intro of the show, whenever I introduce the guest and do my normal spiel, blah blah blah. When I first started, it was very quiet, and I didn't want that quiet there. So I just grabbed my mic and just beatboxed for whatever length, and it's been there since episode 1. I'm always wanting to replace it, but I just never. It's just like I can't do better than what I did, and what I did was horrible in the first place. Oh, well, it's all good. It'll be fine.
Well, you can just have, what you can do is you can just have Gabe do your intro beatboxing and then just take the credit for it.
there you
That's true. That's true. You know what? This is America, and I can do that. That's true.
go. That's very true.
And so how did you guys meet?
We met at a singing competition in Portland.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was doing security for the event, if you want to call it security.
He was just around bossing people around to go to where they needed to go.
That sounds like security to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's this like 18-year-old, and I had met the lady who was running it at a makeup party. So she told me to they had me as a special feature, and I went up there and sang one of my songs, because at the time I was a solo artist, and sang one of my songs. And as they were deliberating the contestants and who was going to win, and so I met Gabe through there, and I was really impressed with his beatboxing, and I was like, hey, I could use this on some of the solo stuff that I was in the studio at the time for. And so that was pretty much the start of our professional music career, because I am a bit older than the young lad here.
And so when did you realize that, oh my gosh, we both just clicked musically?
When we made a song in the elevator that day.
Oh,
The
okay.
first day we met.
Yeah, it was, I want to sit back and have a couple. I want to sit back and have a couple. And he beatboxed a little bit to it. I guess I was really in the mood for a drink. So
There we go. That's awesome. That's awesome. And so when it came time to do your EP, Human, what was the writing process like for that?
Well, the writing process, I guess, has been over a span really of 8 years with my work with the kids who are in the Oregon DHS foster care system. And we had put out a small EP before that under a completely different name, and it was just a bunch of like little love songs. And the writing process was really, we both found that we didn't want to write about love anymore, but we wanted to write about love that isn't found, or love that isn't talked about, or how can you understand what love is if you've never had it before. And so the process behind Human was this encapsulation of all of these stories that I had received from these kiddos in foster care, and the identifying fact that they want to be normal, and in that normalcy, what does it mean to be normal, and what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to be them, having a little bit of a disadvantage because they don't have the normal home life that, maybe you and I were raised in. And so a lot of them are angry and they're unforgiving, but behind all of that, there's such a deep need for them to be cared for and to be loved and to say, I'm a person without the label, And so it was really important as for us to showcase stories and what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, off the EP, was there a song that was a bit harder to lock down, whether it was lyrically or musically?
Well,
Runaways took quite a few edits, but
I think lyrically the hardest one to come together was possibly Free and Who Am I, but more so Free because the message that I wanted to get there, it took a lot of revamping, because Free is all about understanding that I guess our choices have consequences, and where those choices lead, and wanting to be free from ourselves, and what that means when we are just, because we're constantly the ones we battle ourselves. And I wanted to make sure that point was getting across in some way, and so that song actually took about 4 years to write. Yeah. So I think that was the hardest, in finding where we wanted the piano to be in, and
then we added the
like
harmonica
and
to
then
it.
adding the harmonica, and so it's just started building up all these things. And was it okay if it was just free?
It's like an onion, as we started to get into different layers and
different
layers.
And we took it to our producer, because we did a little bit of recording it here, and we took it to our producer out in New York and with Water Sound, and he's like, this isn't like your normal pop song. He's like, but I dig it. And he really flowed with what was right for the song, and he created a better version of what we were hoping to get out of it. So he just kind of blew our mind with his post-production on that. But yeah, that was the hardest one, I think, to write, because it had to come from a place where we could get the understanding that, I don't know, I just see so much, there's just so much that I see in these kiddos, and they're so in a place, and I think there's a lot of adults too, we get stuck. And I don't know, just the judgment, I don't know, there's not a lot of tolerance out there anymore for each other. And when we get to places like that, what does it look like? Or just, I don't know, just trauma, and what trauma looks like, an accident. I don't know. I had to be perfect. And what does it mean to be free from ourselves and stop constantly making these decisions where we just keep putting ourselves deeper in a hole?
Yeah. And a lot of people relate to the songs, and when we perform it, you can see people like, man, like they really start contemplating and thinking in their minds, like you really see it hit them.
Yeah, well, because we break it down. So the studio version compared to the live version it's a little bit more subtle. So it's just nice to break that song down and just really sing out the free part. Yeah, free from me. So yeah.
Okay. And so you brought up performing. Is there a song that you look forward to performing to people?
Um, Honestly, Runaways is a lot of fun.
Hmm.
That song's a lot of fun to perform with because I get to get out all my percussion. It's the
There we
only time.
go.
Yeah, my little tambourine
Yeah.
and my shaker. Because I don't do well with playing the piano. I use it as a writing tool. I don't use it as a performing tool. So Gabe's pretty much 2/3 of the band on stage, and so I like that I can come in and show what I got with my little shakies. But that one's a lot of fun because it's just rowdy. It's rowdy. It's fun.
Nice, nice. And you when you were talking about the writing process, what or like trying to crack the song for you, what do you have to do when you write a song? Do you have to be like at a park, like no one around, listening to music? How do you write?
Well, honestly, I don't drive with any music.
Hmm.
I know that's might be weird, but I'm such a thinker, and when it comes to writing, I'll get like that. I get a lot of my material in the car. I feel like I drive for a living. I sit in traffic for a living.
Mm.
So because I have the youth in the community, and so with the writing, it's just thoughts that come. It's my experiences from the day, or what is that person going through? What have I observed? And emotional stuff too. Like if I do listen to music, it's instrumentation, and I know that's weird for being a pop artist, but I really enjoy thinking.
Yeah.
And so that's where I get the writing process. And then I'll take those notes from the car and I'll come into my room, our room with the personal space. And so putting those thoughts together, and then I'll have lyrics and Gabe will come in and we'll sit there and we'll literally he'll just start going on there, and then I'll see if I can place the lyrics with the guitar. So it's kind of, I guess, organic in that way, but we wait for the songs to write themselves
Mm-hmm.
and not to force it. And I know that's weird for maybe songwriters being, the ones that are like, you have to write 4 songs a day.
Right.
Um, yeah, it has to be right, and you have to really be in that right set of mind to collaborate together.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. And so, for the people at home who would like to check out the EP, also keep up with what you guys do, where can they do that?
Well, April 7th is when the EP drops, and it's going to be on Spotify, iTunes. We're actually going to be doing a noise trade campaign. So they can actually download it for free for a limited time on Noise Trade April 7th. And it's a donation base, so they can pay for what they feel the album or the EP is worth, and what the songs mean to them. So yeah, but that's going to be a short thing. It's going to be on Noise Trade, but they can also go to our website. They can sign up for our email list. We're sending out Human for free right now with the sign up from email. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those things.
And did you guys have anything else you wanted to pitch or plug?
Gosh, that would be the time to do
That would be the time.
to pitch or plug. If you're in the Oregon area,
Uh-oh.
we're having our release shows April 7th in Portland and April 8th in Salem, Oregon, and then we're heading for tour, which you can check out on our website, www.stereorv.com.
Oh, sound effects.
Yeah, you want a little plug for the beatbox? You want him to do a little beatbox?
No, that's.
Okay.
I was going to ask you where in Salem?
Oh, Salem, Kaiser, the little suburb.
Yeah, I'm from Salem.
Seriously?
For cereal.
Oh, I graduated from McNary.
Boo! Sprague all the way.
Oh, you were our rivals.
Well, everyone was Sprague's rival because it was the best school. except for West. Everyone hates West.
Well, when I graduated, and I'm not telling my age, West was just really brand new, and their team sucked.
Yeah. I'm so happy I found a fellow Salem.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're just living the grand old. We just moved back down here in December because we were living in an RV for 3 years. So, which is why we're called Stereo RV. But yeah, we just moved back down here because we're going to be touring like all throughout the year with a month in between. So, yeah, but it's actually at 1859 Cider Co. I don't know when you were last back here, but downtown Salem's actually come a little bit hipster.
I've heard that. Yeah, the last time I was in Salem was 2 years ago, or 3 years ago actually. And yeah, it's I'm overdue for some Salem time. I need some muchas.
Oh, you need some Dutch too.
I'm okay. I'm okay without Dutch, but more muchas. It's all muchas.
Yeah, muchas gracias.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I'm so happy that nobody knows what we're talking about.
We'll keep it our secret.
But the carne asada nachos and the Oregon burrito.
Yep. Carne asada chips. That was my jam.
Oh, stop it! You're making me hungry, and I just had sprouts.
No wonder you're hungry. Come on.
I'm eating gas.
I know. Jeez, sprouts? That's no way to live.
Yeah, well, Gabe's like, he's a really good chef, so he put some garlic in there, so now I'm just going to have bad breath, too.
There you go. But you guys, I enjoyed chatting with you. Anytime you want to come on, just let me know, all right?
Absolutely, man.
All right, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, okay?
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.